Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Today's topic is no second chances. Say no to second chances. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now let's dive into this topic today. Say no to second chances. And ladies, think about it. Why would you say yes? Now, I realize, after a breakup, many times, the guys will leave us heartbroken. And we want them back. We want it back. With something in it that made us feel secure or happy or whatever. Many of us have abandonment issues. So when a breakup happens, we go through a lot of changes, trying to regroup ourselves. We don't really know where to start. But remember this, ladies. It's not a good idea to go back, to go backward. And if you give a person a second chance, that's going backward. If a person mistreats you the first time around, don't give them a second chance, because they'll come back and hurt you even more the second time. They probably hold a grudge that they didn't finish you off the first time, especially if they are a narcissist. No second chances. It's not a good idea. I did pull a video. Let's watch this video. And I have a letter. We're going to read this letter and talk about this issue. Say no to second chances. All right, here we go.
Every time y'all ask, should I give my ex a second chance? A second chance to do what? To hurt you again? A second chance to cheat on you again? A second chance to put his hands on you again? A second chance to neglect you, to invalidate your feelings? A second chance to make you feel small, worthless, and useless in this relationship? Y'all always be like, should I give a second chance because you think a second chance mean he gonna do better? What if that second chance mean that man gonna do worse? What if that second chance mean instead of him tearing your heart, he gonna break it all the way through? Sometimes you gotta realize you deserve a person that don't need to lose you first just to see your worth. And a lot of you guys are settling for these men. They gotta fumble the bag and then you decide to give him more of your heart. Make that make sense to me. A lot of you guys gotta understand, second chances ain't even a second chance. This is this man's 34th chance and you keep giving him chances because you hope it's gonna work out. Look at reality.
Okay. Let's read this letter and see what she says. I have been dealing with a man on and off for about 3 years. I am 23. We officially broke up after he sold my car and used the money to support his street hustle and ended up getting robbed. Okay, let's stop right here. You've been with this man for 3 years and you say it's been on and off, which tells me that you have been taking it back. You break up, you take him back. You break up, you take him back. And when he comes back, what does he do? The same thing, if not worse, over and over again. It's a toxic cycle that you're in with this man. I actually ended up getting evicted. Yeah, messing with him. Yeah. Fast forward a few months, he gets out of jail and ends up moving in with a female friend I've never heard of. She is 20 years old and lives off the government, so he does not have to pay rent, despite him being 30 years old. Well, how do you know all this information? Is he sharing it with you to make you jealous? I'm baffled. How do you know? Now, this 20-year-old girl, if he was in jail, see, guys being in jail, it doesn't stop them from meeting women. They have computers in jail. These guys are all over the dating sites. And that's one reason why I tell you, Don't date online, period. It's just predators out there. These guys who are in jail, they're online meeting women to support them while they are in jail. Okay, that's what it's all about for them. Now you say that he's 30 and he moved in with this girl who's 20. So she's very young. She doesn't know any better than you do. You say, brace yourself. This situation gets worse and worse. Well, I know it did because you went back. Second chance. Second chances. I met up with him, and after sleeping together, I ended up getting pregnant. Well, you didn't protect yourself. So, maybe you didn't care if you got pregnant. You see, sometimes us women, and I don't know if we're doing it consciously or subconsciously. You may have wanted this man to settle down with you, so you allowed yourself to get pregnant. You see, in this day and age, getting pregnant can't be a mistake. It's too much information out there. It really is. Everybody knows how not to get pregnant. So ladies, if you find yourself pregnant, somehow in you have decided to get pregnant. And like I said, I don't know if it's your conscious self that's making these decisions or something in your subconscious that's telling you to take this step, and hopefully it will have a good return. But most times it doesn't. It does not. It doesn't. Because men, when they find out you're pregnant, most of them will run away from you. They don't run to you. And you're setting yourself up for a life of hardship if you are in the position where you have to beg this man for support. Beg him for support for something that he did not sign up for. Ladies, look at it. He didn't sign up for this. But here we are. You're pregnant. All right. I did not work and have no family support. So I decided to attempt to make things work. And a few things happened. Well, you had no family for support, and I can understand that. You probably felt lonely, nobody, and so you have a baby. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a family. You got a baby. You see, that's a mindset. And it many times it's associated with your feelings of abandonment. You see, if you have a baby, now you have somebody that is not going to leave you. That's for sure. They in for the long haul. You got somebody. So sometimes I think women have children just to fill that gap of abandonment. Some women have a child because they think that it will solidify their relationship. Listen, ladies, if you decide to have a child, you need to know what you are doing and why you are doing it, and be financially stable enough to support you and that child on your own. Do not have these children expecting a man to help you raise and support these children. It's not happening. Too many times it's not happening. But women, you're still going out getting pregnant. Going out, having unprotected sex, and getting pregnant. Okay. And you felt like he was your boyfriend for 3 years. And I can understand why you did it, because so many young women are doing it, and you're not thinking correctly. You're not thinking straight. A baby has never changed a man. No. If he wants to be a father, number one, he will solidify his relationship with you. All right, because he'll want a family. He'll want his baby, you, and have a family, you see. But if he doesn't do that, don't surprise him with a baby. Ladies, stop doing that. It's only to your own detriment. Okay, so you decided to attempt to make things work. I know you did. You're pregnant now. His female friend / roommate became very angry, beginning to butt into our relationship and ban me from their current home after finding out he was paying for us to move into an apartment. Wait a minute. So, this man apparently told you that this female that he moved in with, so he wouldn't have to pay rent, was just a friend and just a roommate. You see? So now he's telling you that he's wanting to save money. Now, I don't think this man even works, does he? He wants to save money so you and he can get an apartment together. This man's leading you down a dark path. He's leading you down a very dark path. Why would you want to get an apartment with him? For what? For what? He is not able to support you or a child. You are a child. You're just going to get a place together and start fighting until you break up again. You have no family to fall back on. So, you really need to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Your own 2 feet. Because now you have a child coming. You see? You need to take this as your responsibility, not his responsibility. He didn't ask for this baby. Although you couldn't have the baby without him. But it's a surprise to him. You see, it's a surprise. All right, let's look at what else is going on here. They claim there is nothing going on. I wouldn't believe that. But I don't believe them. And he now wants to hurry up and move with me because she has stopped letting him stay there free of charge and stopped feeding him since finding out I'm pregnant. Yeah, because to this woman, he cheated on her. Not he cheated on you. In her mind, she's the girlfriend that he cheated on and got you pregnant. So you the other woman, not her. You see, he playing games with both of you. He probably met her when he was in jail. And he moved in with her because she probably supported him while he was in jail. And supported him after jail. But then when she found out that he still got you, or he's got you, she might not have even known anything about you. But when you popped up and tried to go to the house, and she stopped you from coming to the house, now she knows about you. Okay? Because you say up here that his roommate became very angry and began to butt into our relationship and banned me from their current home. Yeah, well, hey, like I said, to her, you the other woman that he cheated on her with. Okay. He has let me know that he doesn't plan on getting a job and focus on his TikTok career, claiming he makes more there. But the other day he told me he couldn't afford to feed himself and begged me to order him groceries. Well, I don't know if you know anything about, on social media. You really can't depend on the salary to always be the same. You see, because, social media people kind of depend on sponsorship. So if you don't have many sponsors, or advertisers, then you're not making that much money. Okay? So you can't really depend on it for your standard income. You can't depend on a certain amount. Okay, this is what I'm saying. It could go up, it could go down. I'm currently looking for work. He basically plans to be a stay-home dad and is already asking me to go 50-50 despite me being 6 months pregnant and not working. Of course. Of course he wants you to go 50-50. You know why? Because he has not really committed to you. You know, you are not his first choice. You just happen to be somebody who's pregnant at the time having his child. Not saying that you're going to be his only baby mama. You see, he's not moving toward marriage. He already tell you got to pay your hair just to be with him. Ladies, it doesn't make sense to go into an apartment with a man. He pay 50, you pay 50, and you got to put up with his mess. You got to sleep with him too. He could be abusive to you. You got to take that because 50-50. Ladies, you need to be independent. Independent. Why would you pay 50% to live with a man that you are expected to take care of? That doesn't make any sense, ladies, at all. Stop doing it. It doesn't make any sense. You're going to pay 50% of your living expenses to be with him. And what is he expecting of you? To be like a wife. To do all the things a wife would be expected to do. When the baby comes, the baby's going to be your responsibility. You see? He's going to be staying at home, but who's to say that he can even care for an infant? You know, it's some boyfriends that are allowed to stay at home with these babies. It's been known that some of them molest these babies. I was reading the other day where a man, he was just a boyfriend, killed the infant trying to have sex with a baby. Ladies, you got to be careful. Very careful. You see? And the man that did it was a young man. It wasn't an old man. Young man in his 20s. These men don't watch the babies. I was reading a letter the other day where the lady allowed her baby to go with the baby's father for a while. He wasn't watching the baby. The baby come back with his hands all burned up, where the guy left the stove open and the baby went right to the stove. You see, ladies, you got to guard your children. These men are not your husbands. You see, I think it would be different if it was a husband, because at least he's made a commitment to you. Now you're pregnant, you have a baby, and you're starting a family together. I think that you would get more out of a man if he's made that commitment to you than to just have a baby with your boyfriend and then shack up together. No, yeah, I think this is a dead end. I really do. I feel trapped in this situation. Well, yeah, you kind of trap yourself. And literally have no family support from either side, as neither of our families support the pregnancy. Yeah, I bet. His family probably thinks you some Jezebel to have this baby on her son. You know, a lot of mothers think that. They'll put the blame on the girl, not they trifling sons. That's why I say, ladies, you got to protect yourself. You don't have a family. So I can understand how this happened. You see, you want to be with someone. You want to know that someone has your back. You want to know that someone is in your corner. So you allowed yourself to get pregnant. But now here you are in a situation because he is not complying the way maybe you thought that he would. And he's not going to. It's going to be down here from now on. You're going to be just a baby mama if you let yourself fall into that category. And you say, on top of that, he punched me in the face last month because he did not like a post I made on Instagram. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You are considering to try, like you said in here, you're going to try to make it work. Try to make a life with a man who's already punched you in the face? No. You need to work on yourself. You need to find your own power. You need to start loving yourself. Don't allow anybody to disrespect you like this, and then you keep going in for more. See, you've given this man too many chances, and that's why he's just treating you any kind of way, because he feels like he can treat you any kind of way because you're always going to keep bouncing back. Now, here in the letter, you say, I even thought about giving up my baby and moving to another city. I think you would regret it if you did that. If you gave up your baby, I think in time you would regret it. Now, there are organizations out here that will help you during this rough time. You know, I believe, I know at one time the Catholic Church was a good place you could go that will help you, you know, if you found yourself in situations like this. But then I did hear one time when the Catholics would try to take your baby. You don't want that either. So my suggestion to you is to find yourself some sort of employment if you can. Some sort of employment to sustain yourself. Get whatever help that you can. Sustain yourself. But you need to move away from him. He is no good for you, and he will never be any good for you. The only reason that he's trying to hurry you up to move into a place now is because the other girl's kicking him out. The other girl found out about you, and she's kicking him out. You understand? He came out of jail and went to another woman. This happens a lot. A lot. You see, because you've taken him back so many times, you just will stand by. He figures you ain't going nowhere. He can do whatever he likes and come back and hit you up anytime. And you'll be ready and taking him back with open arms. That's how he feels about you. And that's why he's so bold to tell you, we'll get an apartment, but you got to pay your half. So why would you do that? Go into your own apartment and don't deal with him, period. It would be better if you found an apartment with another female. And then you be roommates. You pay your half, she pays her half. Roommates, and you can advertise. You know, I see advertisements all around town, you know, in the laundromat, you know, at some fast food places, looking for a roommate. That's all you need. But you don't need it to be him. And you don't need it to be another man. You get your job, you pay 50-50, find you a woman roommate if you don't feel like you can handle the rental alone. But to go in it with another man is risky business. Risky business. You can already see this man is abusive. You move in with him, you think that punch in the face was something, he gonna beat your behind when you don't comply with his wishes. Ladies, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta love yourself. Say no to second chances. He'll only come back and hurt you over and over and over again. And even worse, never go back to a person who has hurt you, and never take them back. Let it go and love yourself. and work on yourself and go forward with your life. Believe in the power that you have and come out of the feeling of desperation. Like, this is it. I have no hope. I can't do anything. There's always hope. But it's inside you. And you got to believe it. You got to take a hold to who you really are and know that you deserve the best in life and quit settling for the worst. I hope that the message today helps someone. And I really hope that you understand it. Ladies, say no to second chances and save yourself from a lot of heartbreak and disappointment. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for your comments. I really appreciate them so very much. And I notice I'm getting comments from men. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for your letters. I really appreciate them. And I hope that my answers resonate with you and really can help you in your life. And those of you who are looking for your affirmations, in the description you'll see a link. Click on it. It says affirmations and exercise. Click on that link and it will take you to today's affirmation. And check it out, because I'm going to be introducing some really healthy alternatives that will help to improve your life. These are alternatives to standard products that we use. They're all natural products that I use myself. I will be showing them on that other channel. So see you over there. I wish you all the very best and happiness. And I really hope to see you next time.